Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Meets Vodka. I'm your host, Raya, and I'm handling life one shot at a time. Sit back, relax, let's talk all things pop culture, celebrities, gossip, trends, and let's become best friends. What? I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. It's my favorite day of the week. I get to sit down and shoot the shit with you guys for an hour. I love a Monday. We record on Mondays. I know this podcast airs on Thursdays, which be sure that you're rating, subscribing anywhere you get podcasts, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. And please, if you're loving the show, if you're loving me, if you just want to support female entrepreneurs and fellow yappers, please give me a 5-star. I would really appreciate that. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, if you want to be a guest on the podcast, reach out to me, coffeemeetsvodkapod@gmail.com. You can also find all of our links and our guest forms at the show notes in the bio under our link tree. So that's going to have all of our info. We're working on merch. I know I sound like a broken record, but who cares? Once it's perfect, we will, launch it. And you guys sign up for the newsletter. That is going to have all of the, launches and if we have like special guests and everything like that. I mean, we're really ramping up our guests this year and I don't know, I'm pretty excited. On that note, I have a familiar voice you might remember.
Hi, everybody.
It's Kathy.
Happy to be back.
Yeah, I'm so excited. There's no to be successful, you have to have help and you have to have a team. And I'm so excited and grateful for my team at Creators Guild and Kathy and, my team that just like really helps everybody, which by the way, I don't want to jinx it, but I did do a shout out HTX article that should be coming out soon. So I'll be sure to link that as well, and it'll be in the link tree in the bio and all of the things. But I'm excited. I love podcasting. I don't love entrepreneurship, and I do mention that in my article. But I think it's good, and I want to connect with everybody in Houston. I mean, you guys, I feel like there's creatives here, but we obviously are not a huge hub like New York or LA or even Austin, really. But I know we have amazing creatives here in Houston, and I can't wait to kind of dip into the Houston market a little bit more and kind of expose some of those creatives. So I'm excited for that. Okay, enough of announcements. You guys, I have a rash update for you. I know everybody was so concerned and like lost sleep last week, as did I. I did go to the dermatologist. First of all, didn't get any DMs from you guys. You guys don't care about my health? What's going on? Went to the dermatologist. It did end up being a rash. It is a rash. And she said because, I'm a traveling international girly that I was in Niagara Falls last year and then I went to Chicago, which are both like extremely dry. I would say honestly, like Niagara Falls was like way more dry than Chicago. Chicago was dry. But anyways, my skin was fucking hurting by like day 2 in Niagara Falls. Long story short, because I went extreme dry and then extreme humidity, that like my skin basically just freaked out. So that's that. Now I have to be on antibiotics, which, okay, like it's not contagious. It's great. It's called perioral dermatitis or something like that. Peridermatitis. I'll just say that. Basically it's just saying that you get a rash like around your nose, your mouth, and like I guess that's it. So anyways, that's what I have. Not contagious. It's great. And then I get like little baby eczema cream. And now my HIPAA information, but that's okay. I am glad to have like an update and like that it isn't contagious because I was scared. Y'all were okay. I did get one response. Somebody was like, maybe it's scabies. Babe, scabies on my face? That's crazy. I would have died. You guys, Valentine's Day was last week. I'm Mark Safe. I've never really had a Valentine's Day. I've had 2, but Both relationships on the outs. One boyfriend I broke up with on Valentine's Day. It's a huge celebratory day for me, to be honest. Another boyfriend, yeah, we went to dinner. I broke my shoe, which was funny. And then, but we were like on the outs. We broke up shortly after. Same with my last boyfriend. Like, truly, like, you know what? Now I'm remembering. We didn't do anything on Valentine's Day. We did something, I think, like after, which is fine, but it's like, did he even get me flowers? Girl, I don't know. I literally blacked out. Not interested. I don't really like Valentine's Day. I don't really care. Although it definitely exposes people if they do not get you flowers or anything. I just feel like that's shitty. Like they don't like you. It's like when a guy, like, they don't like you when they ruin your birthday, And I just feel like if they're not doing anything for Valentine's Day, like, what are you doing? I don't know. I was busy. I was working. I've been working so hard. You guys have been working really hard on the pod. I've been working really hard in real estate. And I just haven't really had time to be on social media. Like I sound like you guys who like, I don't watch TV. Like, like you think you're better than everybody. And you know what? At this point I am. I am better than you. But no, I wasn't really on social media and I didn't really see all of like the long like Valentine's Day posts. And I always feel like the longer the post, and I know this is like a kind of saying that goes around, but it's so true. The longer the post, the worse your marriage or relationship is. And honestly, I can attest to that. Like I will be out putting novels and then we're broken up that next week. And I'm like, actually, I didn't tell you anything. Like it was the worst relationship. So I think that's true. Also, you know what I need? I need husbands to stay out of my DMs. I need boyfriends to stay out of my DMs, but especially, babe, husband. Why are you laughing? The joke's not for you. Keep it moving. Why are you following? Not interested. Like, and it would be different, I guess, and maybe, and I do think sort of at an arm's length, men and women can kind of be friends. Probably not, actually. I don't think men and women can be. I don't think men can be friends with women or attractive women. Like they will lose their mind, and also they be cheating on uggos because didn't Tommy Fury cheat on Molly May with that crazy girl? No one's safe, to be honest. But I just need the men to stop being in the DMs and it's just like not funny. Don't need you to comment on my tits, babe. That's weird. And I may be single and I may not have a Valentine, but at least I don't have a creepy boyfriend or a creepy husband that is out there hitting on my friends. Yeah, at least I don't have a creepy husband that's like hitting on my friends, okay? Like, I don't fucking need that shit. And it's weird. Don't be laughing at my jokes. You can laugh at your wife's jokes. And if she's not funny, well, that's on you. Did anybody see the Daily Mail this week? There was a kayaker that was swallowed by a humpback whale,
Yeah,
right?
a whale.
Just a whale.
Oh, I don't know. I think
I
it
think
was
it's
a
a
humpback.
humpback whale, right?
Yeah, humpback whale.
Has to be. That is giving the semi-plot of Pinocchio, also Moby Dick. I mean, does life imitate art or does art imitate life? One may never know. It's like the chicken and the egg theory. But that is so wild. Kathy, tell me about the story.
He was with his father, and then he said he felt something like a wave, and then all of a sudden he like closed his eyes, and when he opened it, it was just like dark blue and white, and there was like slimy texture around him. And he said he like didn't know what to do, like he's inside of an animal. And then all of a sudden he just rose back to the surface.
It really was like 0.5 seconds. Not me kind of wanting to know what the inside of like a whale's mouth is. I mean, it's a humpback whale. They eat kelp, which is
Yeah.
like kind of or krill, which is kind of crazy because like it's such a big animal and they eat like microscopic things. But that's wild. Don't you think that's wild?
Yeah.
Where was it? Do you remember where it was? On the coast of?
Chile,
Mm.
near Eagle Bay.
Oh, okay. I've never been to Chile. The only thing I know is that soccer team that in the 70s that got stuck on that mountain, the Andes Mountains, and like had to be cannibals for a while. Tragic story. I think I talked about it that it took me like 3 days to watch that movie. It was making me nauseous, not because it was gross, just because it was so intense. Amazing movie, by the way. Um, Forget what it's called. Snow. Anyways, forget what it's called. It'll be linked. That's crazy. Couldn't be me, but I also kind of would like to see what it would be like to be swallowed by a whale. Then you just have to be Dory, like, whoa, 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 and just be like you're speaking whale for them to like let you out. You guys, speaking of marine life, did you guys see the anglerfish come to the surface? Did you see that?
Was that little meme where everyone's posting like, "Oh, I thought this fish was bigger"?
Yeah. Okay, my theory on that is I think it shrunk. Or is it small? I don't know. It's like it's the anglerfish is from the abyss, and it's the one with the light at the end, like the antenna light. And like she came up to the surface, and honestly, it really did make me tear up. Like, I'm sorry, I'm an empath, okay? Um, she came up to the surface to like see the light one more time. Like, I don't know, she probably was, when fishes swim like actually vertical, that like they are dying and there's something like wrong with them. So
Mhm.
like she was definitely dying, but I wonder if she was thinking like what we were thinking, or we're like romanticizing this anglerfish's life. Doesn't matter. I love it. All things are beautiful, and I think when you look at life that way, I think it really brings like a sense of beauty and wonder to the world. But, she, like, comes up to the surface, and apparently she's, like, very small, and I guess it makes sense because, like, if you have, like, the big, because I saw a different POV of the person filming, her swimming up or whatever, we're saying it's a her, swimming up, and, it magnifies the fish, but I really did think it was, like, probably as big as Penny. Like, I thought it was, like, a big fish, but apparently it's small. But my thing too is, like, is it small, or did she shrink because of the, pressure? That's what I wanna know.
It says some of them can only be like 6 inches long, but
Oh
then some of them can.
my god!
The really big ones can go up to 3 feet. So I guess it just varies.
Okay. Oh, wow! 6 inches? Full grown? Fully erect? Sorry, I had to make the joke.
Yeah, 6 inches, and they're harmless to humans.
Oh, really? And we're so petrified of
They just
them.
look scary.
Yeah, they do look scary. Okay, you guys, as you know, I'm wearing this poppy shirt. I went into Target the other day, and get this. I was trying to do a little Valentine's Day shoot for this new project I'm on in real estate. Went in. Oh my God, get this. Okay, I went in for heart-shaped glasses because you know why? I've been staring at my pink, like normal, like the baby pink, like everybody gets them for their bridal showers or whatever, the white and the pink, whatever. Sunglasses, okay? Been staring at them in my house on my buffet table for fucking ever. Could I find them? No, couldn't. Couldn't. It's hoarding buried alive. I couldn't find them. And I'm like, dude, I know they're fucking right here. They weren't there, whatever. So I text my friend, I'm like, okay, it's Valentine's Day. Like, they have to have something at the dollar section at Target. It was all Easter. We're skipping, like, it's Easter. And I understand, but like, there was like barely any Valentine's Day stuff. So these glasses that I did get, they were like blue and green and not even Valentine's Day colors. So my point is, I went into Target to only get these $1 glasses. What I walk out with, $200 worth of shit. Speaking of, I got this Poppy shirt. So I walked in and I saw that Poppy is doing a collab with Target. And I'm like, oh, I love Poppy. So let me grab two because I have OCD about some things, and I grabbed this jersey and another shirt, and I don't know what Thirst No More is. Maybe it's their logo. I guess I don't know too much about Poppy. I don't know. I like Poppy. I drink their strawberry lemonade soda. Oh my God. And apparently you're not supposed to drink more than one in a day, or like maybe two max, because then you'll be on the toilet. I can't be having that. Or maybe I should. Maybe I should drink more. I don't know. But anyways, over the weekend, so after I bought the Poppy collab stuff, over the weekend, I'm seeing on TikTok, because I was like, oh, I want to wear this for the pod. Like, I love this. It's like, whatever. Over the weekend, I see some controversy with Poppy. And like everybody's like, Poppy's trending, and I'm like, oh, great, like whatever. Poppy tried to do or did do this vending machine drop off collab. People are comparing this to the Tarte trip, like kind of early, early days of Tarte trip, which by the way, they already did a Tarte trip this year or last year or whatever. And like nobody even fucking talked about it. Like Tarte is no more, I guess. But anyways, Poppy delivered some vending machines to different influencers for them to post. And first of all, the internet is going wild saying, why would you deliver Poppy to influencers? You should have delivered it to homeless people and like people of need and et cetera, et cetera. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, they definitely can do that, but like what do homeless people want to do with a vending machine? You know what I mean? And I understand like it's free Poppy. Um, and I understand maybe like the disconnect, but also I'm not getting it. Like I don't think that delivering a Poppy vending machine to influencers was super terrible. She was trying to do it. You know how the Kardashians have the champagne vending machine and stuff like that in their offices, and like Kris Jenner has it in her like home office and shit. The thing is I think people were ripping some of the influencers because the vending machine is like really bright. And it's like they were like, imagine going to sleep and like you have this bright ass vending machine in your house and like you can't turn it off, and it's blinding you. So I don't really know. So I guess that was like the only controversy. And then the owner of Poppy decided to make a statement on TikTok, and she was like, I'm doing better. I'm listening and learning. And like, we're definitely going to be delivering it to homeless people and like different shelters around the world. Olipop chimed in.
Yes.
And what did they say? They honestly, who's ever running their social is pretty good.
They commented saying, "Oh, those machines cost 25K each." And then but it's been proven false.
Oh. But it's kind of giving, you know what I love? I love when companies get social media and like they actually pay the social media person like what they're worth. Like, is anybody giving a fuck about Wendy's? No. But like we follow them on Twitter because they're hilarious. And Burger King, they're hilarious. Like, the Olipop, like Swiffer's in the chat, like Kellogg is like in the chat and commenting on the Kelsey brothers like cereal situation, and like now they have like a commercial. Like I think it's such a niche, um like you either get it and you get on board or you don't, and like the companies that do stay really relevant. I don't know if it's really bringing business, but maybe like it's kind of like subliminal messaging, right? It's like if I'm looking at Twitter and I'm seeing Burger King and Wendy's beefing, then all of a sudden maybe I want a Frosty. Which by the way, actually, one day I did see a Frosties commercial like from Wendy's, and I immediately went to go to Wendy's to get a Frosty. I don't even have a sweet tooth. And I was like, I told the guy at the drive-thru, I was like, I saw a commercial and now we want a Frosty. He's like, ma'am, it's $1, pull forward. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. Anyways, so that's the Poppy drama. I guess they're doing better in listening and learning. I couldn't find it, but I think also a funny thing about that is they gifted Nabella, which if you follow her, unfortunately, I watched one of her TikToks and now I'm just spammed with her content. She is this influencer. I She's insufferable, to be honest. And I love when this goes viral because there was this guy, well, he was brown. I don't know if he was Indian or I think it was like Indian. Anyways, whatever. He was a brown comedian, and he said a joke and he was like, right, like brown parents, and like looked at her because she was like one of the only like brown people in the front row, and she got so offended. She's like, I'm not brown, like blah blah blah, like totally has like a crazy complex, like she is super insufferable, has like an identity crisis, heckled the shit out of him, got kicked out. And honestly, it was so great. So every time that pops up on my For You page, like I always retweet it or like I always repost it because like, and people are like, no, it was her. Like I was there that night. And I guess we don't really know because she's not in the video, but I have heard rumors that it was her, so allegedly. But anyways, long story short, Poppy allegedly gifted her the vending machine, and her house is stark white. Like, it is like you walk in and she moved into this new house that's like a fucking something out of Roman times. I mean, it really is stunning, like architecturally, but everything's white and beige, like no color whatsoever in that home. And you have this bright ass pink and yellow vending machine. And I kind of love that it ruins her aesthetic. I'm sure she gave it back. She's like, I'll take a picture and then you can take it with you. Oh, okay. Speaking of influencers, you guys know when I was talking last week about Belle Gibson and Amanda Riley of Scamanda and then apple cider vinegar. I was thinking about this the other day because I just know, I mean, there's a huge rise in wellness influencers, right? Like, I mean, even more than there was back in the 2010s. Now, especially with like all of the microplastics and the fucking Teflon in our food and nothing's organic and price of eggs are $18 and we all need to be homesteaders and farmers and have our own garden and all this shit. Literally the rise of wellness influencers, I just truly cannot wait to see the downfall. Like, I'm all about being healthy to a certain extent. I had this roommate once when I was in LA, and like she would always leave lima beans in the fucking sink. And like me and my other roommate, Carly, who I went to London with, were like, oh, like she asked her one day, she was like, "Why do you like eat lima beans like every day?" Or edamame. That's the same thing. Lima beans, edamame, same thing. And she goes, "Well, I don't eat it because it's good. It's good for my health. Like food is power." And I'm just like, I do a Virgo, a Virgo. I do not want to live life that way. I want to down a burger if I want to. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I want to be healthy, but like, I also want to like enjoy life and like enjoy pasta and like all this stuff. And it is kind of sad to know that the food industry is killing us. So, I mean, allegedly. But I was just thinking about that this week because I just can't wait to see the downfall of like wellness influencers, mommy influencers. Dude, that's so sinister in itself. I know I've talked about that with the Ruby Frankie of it all and whatever, but I don't know. That's my thing on that. Okay, you guys, I wasn't able to watch it, but SNL 50 was last night. Their 50th, like, because it's their 50th season. Oh my God, I stuttered. It's their 50th season. They have they made this like big, like show. Did it wrap? Is that why they're doing it? Anyways, I don't know. But they had like a whole concert on Saturday or Friday or something like that. And then last night, Sunday, was like the big show. Which I didn't realize because I saw Miley Cyrus saying, "Are you guys doing this like the Grammys where you're just too cool to sing along? Like, I'm on SNL and you're not," type thing. And that's what I was trying to go back and look at because I was like, "Oh shit, did I miss it?" And now I definitely did miss it. But they had a concert and then last night they had like a 4-hour red carpet show, after show, all this stuff. But the thing that I want to talk about is that I saw this clip circulating this morning of Amy Poehler and Tina Fey hosting or whatever, and them picking. Oh, they were like, "Oh, does anybody have any questions?" And Ryan Reynolds, of course, like stands up and is like, "I have one." And they're like, "Oh, Ryan, like you're here?" And he's like, "Yeah, what have you heard?" Or something like that. And Blake's face is like, "What are you about to say?" And then she like looks at him and then she like remembers that she's on camera and she like looks forward and she smiles. The funny thing is to watch all of the celebrities around them. Kevin Costner is sitting in the row behind them. Kevin Costner is sitting in the row behind them, and immediately when Ryan Reynolds stands up, he's like looking at Blake, looking at Ryan. And then as soon as Ryan speaks and he says, "What have you heard?" He like leans over and like looks at Blake to see her reaction. And I just think it's so funny. Like even celebrities are into this Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively um like feud. And honestly, like it's also giving like Ryan's career is going to be okay. He's a man, a white man in America, in Hollywood, like he will be okay. Blake, not so much, even though she is A-list on her own and they're definitely A-list together. her career is gonna suffer regardless. I even think Justin Baldoni will be okay. Sure, maybe he's not as big as like, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, but I still think if he goes away for a year, year and a half, like honestly, Hollywood has gone to hell in a handbasket. He could just recast It Starts With Us. And they could also make it like a different spin. Like, I know it's supposed to be like a sequel and not a prequel, but maybe they do like, I don't know, maybe they age them down and like actually pick the fucking actors age appropriate that they were supposed to. Like Lily Bloom is supposed to be like 23 to 25. They both, Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, look 40. I'm sorry. Like, beautiful on their own, but like they look 40. Like, you putting on a beanie does not make you look 23, babe. You know what I mean? I'll go back and watch it, but I know by the time next week rolls around, it's going to be old news. But maybe we'll have something more that comes of it. And also, Justin Baldoni's texts and emails got subpoenaed. So we're waiting on that as well. Pete Davidson has no tattoos now. He spent $200,000 on him removing his tattoos. I liked him with the tattoos. I like him without the tattoos. One thing about me is I love an ugly hot guy, a hot ugly guy with a tortured soul and a dark and twisty past. I mean, he's right up my alley. I mean, do I think he's like the hottest thing on the planet? I mean, no, but like I kind of tend to date like ugly guys. Like everybody I've ever dated is way under my league, okay? Like not to pat myself on the back, but and that's something that I'm working on to be honest. Like in therapy, I'm like, can I please get it together? But anyways, Pete Davidson totally up my alley. My motto with him, like, I can fix him. You know what I mean? Like I'm just mesmerized. I love like the tortured artist. I love um a funny man. Like I swear to God, I'm blinded by good dick and a funny man. You know what I mean? I can't say that. Now I'm getting embarrassed. But anyways, and even if the dick isn't good, sometimes he's just funny and I'm like, ha 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 ha. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever. So he was there. And also, he dated Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian was at SNL 50 because she hosted and that's how, they got together. And Kanye West and Bianca, what's her last name? Censori, are allegedly getting a divorce. Now, I know that I kind of talked about this in a previous episode because I remember when this broke or when I saw them, over the last couple of months, I was like, I thought they were getting a divorce. Now I think it's like confirmed that there are rumblings of them getting a divorce and Bianca doesn't have a prenup. Now, maybe all of this nakedness and performance art or whatever, if you will, was her way. A lot of people have discussed about that was her way of being like, I'll do this, for no prenup, for half of what you own, like whatever it is. I think she played the game fucking well. She's 30 and they've been together for how long?
I think 2 years?
No,
Or they
more
were
than
married
that.
for 2 years.
Oh, they've been married for God, that's a long 2 years. It's kind of giving Scandival. It's like, good God, it's like dog years. It's like 2 years is like 5 years. You know what I mean? It's like shit. So, anyways, I do hope she takes him to the cleaners. Also, I don't want to give this any fucking light. And I do not like Kanye. And I've been bullied for not liking Kanye, which is weird because I've been bullied for liking Taylor Swift. Okay, like whatever. Y'all are fucking weird. Literally, when he got his Twitter back, and I guess it was his Twitter, now his Twitter's banned again. He went on this crazy rampage about how, just all of these like just awful things. He posted Yeezy.com and only had one thing, and it was the swastika symbol. And oh my God. I don't know like what we're doing as a society. Like I don't know why that's funny. I don't know why everybody's feeling comfortable and wearing that and talking about that. The Holocaust was only 40 years ago. I mean, there are still some survivors that were babies and young children that are still alive today. And it's just disgusting to make a mockery of it. And, you know, to glorify any disgusting and hateful symbols of any type of militia, honestly, because that is what it is. And it's disgusting and I won't stand for it. And I hate that he even brought it up because I don't want to give it any light, but you know, he's in the news and I do think I want to talk about it because they are getting divorced and I really do hope that they do get divorced. Like I hope that I mean she wore that sheer fucking dress to the Grammys and it was weird. Like what and she was so uncomfortable. She was like, "I don't wanna do it," because, I follow, deaf a couple deaf lip readers, and they were like and I'm actually pretty good at reading lips, but, just to confirm, she was like her back was turned, and she had the fur coat on, and she's like, "I don't wanna do it," and he's like, "Remember what we talked about, blah, blah, blah," and she's just, like, full-fledged naked. I feel bad. Like that is abuse. Like that's a form of abuse. And even whether she's like into it or not, or like it started out as like I'm in control, like maybe she's not in control anymore. And I hate that for her. And she's 30 years old, and I hope she fucking takes him to the cleaners and gets everything she deserves. So Selena Gomez has a new song. It's called Scared to Love You. Couldn't be more fitting. I don't want to talk shit about Benny Blanco. I think that he's a nice guy. Speaking of Benny Blanco, this is how you know people are rich and like they don't have to clean shit up. He got a bathtub full of specific nacho cheese. Okay. Like that's the worst kind of queso you could get. It was like canned queso or like the nacho cheese that you get from I was about to say the ballpark, not me being from the 50s. Like the fucking like when you're at you're at a game, like baseball game or like football game, concession stand nachos. And then they ate from it. I mean, that's fine. It's your bathtub. I'm sure people are like, that's sick. Like, you can't eat at everybody's house. And you know what? Don't eat at my house. If you can't have a little bit of dog hair in your food or a little bit of like kitty litter, I don't have a cat, but like, when I did have a cat, she was walking on the counters. Sure, we cleaned it and I'm like cleaning it before guests come over and like whatever. But babe, yeah, if that bothers you, don't be eating at my house. Okay. And yeah, they're eating their own nacho cheese from their own bathtub and filth. Like let them live in peace. I love that Selena Gomez is happy. I think she deserves it. I feel like there's a bit of the life that has come back into her soul and her spirit a bit. I love the way that honestly he loves her. And who cares? Like I said, I date ugly guys too, and it's not all about looks. And it's about the way that they treat you. Although my ugly guys do be treating me like shit. So I'm glad that, she's happy and he listens to her. He really loves her down bad. They love each other down bad. And I like that he pays attention to like little things like that. But they have a new song together and he produced it. And I don't get the lore of Selena Gomez. I'm going to say that. I love her as a person, fellow Texan. She's from Dallas. I think she's a good person. I think she does a lot of good in the world. I love Rare Beauty. But the singing and the acting, babe, it doesn't do it for me. Like, what's going on? So I don't know. I know these, oh my God, are the Selena bots gonna come for me? Please don't. Please don't. That's my thing on that. I don't know if it's gonna be winning any Grammy. I need to listen to the whole album, but I think that will be very hard to do. There are some songs of hers that I really like Good For You came on, and obviously that one she wrote about Justin Bieber, Lose You to Love Me. That was a great song. That was actually one of her best songs, but okay. You guys, let's get into it. Summer House premiered this week. Do I dare say it was a bit disappointing? And do I dare say I'm kind of team Jesse Solomon? Lindsay Hubbard, love her, like her, respect her. She did a 30-minute monologue about the 9 seasons that she's been on and all of the boyfriends that she's had. And mind you, only the on-air boyfriends that she's had at Summer House so they could clip the pieces together, which mind you, she has had her own PR company and I think she needs to open it back up. She talked about how, she went through all of these like terrible relationships that lead her to this place of being pregnant and with a past boyfriend that they dated couple dates in the past and then it didn't work out and then this guy, she said his name actually, she said it on What's Watch What Happens Live. His name is Turner, so it's confirmed. It's that guy that was circulating around the Bravo sphere, that he's like a banker, I think. I don't remember. But anyways, he's a normie, and I do love that for her. There were rumors that they had broken up recently. She shut that down on Watch What Happens Live because this past week because he was backstage with her. But the Summer House premiere, guys, chaotic. First of all, I don't want to be 40 partying with 26-year-olds. What is going on? Who is Lexi? Who is Bailey? Why are they there? Like, and I know I'm pretty biased when it comes to like new people coming on. I do have loyalty to the OG cast, but Lexi and Bailey do not fit, in my opinion. And they're trying to make it seem like Amanda knows her and whatever when Kyle cheats on Amanda or has cheated on Amanda in the past with 20 something year olds. Like, babe, he's like 42 and you want him in the house with hot 26-year-olds? No, thank you. When he's trying to be a DJ? You thank you. Couldn't be me. Jesse, when Lindsay was going over her whole dating history and trajectory, he was not excited and he made a face. And I have to say, I'm kind of into it because why are you pregnant in a summer house? Like, you guys are supposed to be emotionally unstable, fucked up physically and mentally all the time, and like, party, 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 rah, rah, rah. And yes, I'm glad that there's a summer house baby. And again, I'm loyal to the cast, but I feel like they should have done like a spinoff or something. Like, I don't know. Like, why are you? So you're there. I think Lindsay's like 38, pregnant in a house with mid 20 year olds. I'm not interested. So Carl is 41, Kyle's 41 or 40, 42. Lindsay's 38, Paige is 32, Sierra is, I think, around 32, Wes is 29, Jesse's 31. What are we doing? Different age brackets. I'm not into it. So I just think, and it didn't really do it for me. I don't like the new girls. Apparently Bailey pulls what was her name in Salt Lake City? Melanie? I don't know, whatever. In Salt Lake City where she's in like one or two episodes and then all of a sudden she's not there anymore. Allegedly, it's going around on TikTok that she was talking shit about the cast and production and the show. So they cut her out of all the scenes like after filming and she's not in any promo shots or anything like that. So I guess TBD on that. Lexi, I think, is cast for the wrong show. I mean, people are saying she would have done way better on Love Island. I couldn't agree more. Definitely not Summer House material. I just don't know how the rest of the season is going to play out. The last 5 minutes of the season premiere, they pick cameras back up because Paige and Craig got are broken up. I was supposed to say got divorced. Paige and Craig broke up. So they pick cameras back up and Paige drops a bomb of like, fuck you, like I'm cheating. Like I caught you texting two bitches. So now everybody's trying to go back and do all of their, research on like who are the two bitches, right? I mean, I do kind of believe Paige on that. I don't know if I believe Paige cheated emotionally or physically. Here's the thing. I think people are trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. I don't think that there is much to discuss. I think it was two people that fell out of love and like move on. Like I don't think there are any I don't really think there's much to discuss. And you guys are trying to make it seem like some big like Carl versus Lindsay situation or like any other type of Bravo situation and I just don't think their relationship is like that. Craig over the like last week went on Tamron Hall. I didn't watch the interview, but talking about his breakup with Paige, which who is Tamron Hall? Maybe I need to watch her more because she got Stassi and she got Craig. Is she locked into the Bravo sphere? I love that for her, girl. Because I did watch her interview with Stassi and she was really like hitting the questions, man. And I was like, wow, that's a great interviewer, And but I didn't have time to watch Craig's interview, although obviously his cast, supported him and then Paige's cast is supporting her, which I think is great. I just don't really think that there's anything there. And that's just my 2 cents on that. Speaking of Southern charm, the cast all went to the Bahamas to go find Shep's girlfriend, Sienna, who is a Bahamian model and influencer and the busiest 26-year-old he knows. Nothing is funnier than him crashing out over Sienna. You guys, they haven't seen each other in a month and a half. Shep is like, we're exclusive. This is my girlfriend. I guarantee you her ass is not saying the same thing. She's probably like, oh, this rich white guy in the States in South Carolina who's on a show, we're seeing each other. Like, I just don't think it's her boyfriend. And I'm kind of on her side. Like, it's giving creepy old man who like is so obsessed with you. And it's like, whoa, calm down. You know what I mean? I've never seen Shep so insecure, and it is chef kisses. It is such a taste of his own medicine. And so they end up going to the Bahamas. He gets the cast to go. They have basically their own separate trip planned, and he's hoping that Sienna will join their trip, right? So they have their own suite at the Bahamas Sandals Resort, or maybe I'm wrong on that. But anyways, they have their own like, I mean, it's like presidential, it's like apartment. And she doesn't answer the phone like multiple times when they land. Like, he's at the airport, he calls her back to back 3 times, and she finally answers. And what I think is funny, sure, there could have been like a glitch in the phone, you know, like kind of syncing up with Bahamas and whatnot. I think she sat there and she's like, I'm gonna let it ring. And like let his ass cook. I think that was so funny. Anyways, so she answers. She's like, oh yeah, I think I'll be able to see you like later tonight. I'm not too sure. I gotta check the schedule. Anyways, long story short, she ends up meeting them for dinner. He kicks everybody out for dinner, and he's like, "Okay, I'm not wearing this. I'm not wearing this." Because Craig's like, "Bro, your outfit fucking sucks. Like, you need to change. Like, don't let that. Even if you're not wearing that, don't let that be your first impression when you haven't seen her in a month and a half." He's like, "No, no, I'm gonna like Sienna's gonna help me pick out an outfit. Sienna's gonna help me pick out an outfit." Couldn't have picked like the worst like outfit to just like lounge around in anyways. Like, seriously, like a month and a half I haven't seen you and you're wearing flip-flops and like fishing pants and like this like not matching like white striped or like striped shirt. It's like so ugly. So anyways, she's like, yeah, you better not be wearing that. Like, what do you have? And he's like going through, mind you, he went shopping with Molly earlier that week. He got all these new clothes thinking that they're like so cute. She's like, that's ugly. That's ugly. That's ugly. And I love that. And so, anyways, she's like, okay, put this on. I'll be downstairs and wait for you. And he's like unbuckling his belt and he's like, no, stay. Like, come on, you've seen me change before. Gross. Second of all, he's like, what? Like literally the saddest puppy dog. And like, crashed out, like literally ended on that. She's downstairs and she's like, oh my God, I'm literally stuck with this guy like all fucking weekend. Like, can we hurry up? And obviously he wants to like, you know, make out with her or like do whatever, like have it like just be intimate in terms of like, he wants to have this like big talk with her. And he wants to give her, first of all, a regift of this shark tooth necklace that his friend custom makes. If you ever gave me a shark tooth necklace, I would immediately been like, you can keep it. Especially if I'm not interested in that guy, you can keep it. I'm not interested in the shark tooth. Okay. He gave it to Taylor. The production company was so funny for that. Them doing a little clip for giving him or showing that he gave Taylor the shark tooth necklace. Like, anyways, so it ends on that, and I'm just so excited to see the next episode to see like what's gonna happen between him and Sienna, and if they have this talk, what goes down in this talk, like all the things. I just think it's so great because you know he's getting a taste of his own medicine. In sad news, Teddy Mellencamp has been diagnosed with brain cancer. She is a former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills housewife. She hosts Two Teas in a Pod with Tamra Judge. That is really sad. Recently she's been in the news for having an affair with her horse trainer and cheating on her husband. They're separated, I think. I don't know that they're going to go through with the divorce now that she has brain cancer. I do appreciate, and I don't want to come for Teddy in this moment. I don't dislike her. We just think that she's boring, but that's besides the point. I wish nothing but the best and I mean, she has little kids. Like the children need their mother. I really hope she overcomes this. And I do appreciate her being so raw and vulnerable on social media and her podcast about, her brain cancer diagnosis. And I think that's like really sad. So definitely sending her all the love and support and like fast healing that she can because her kids need her. And, I mean, it is sad. It is sad. And just to wrap it up, Traitors, I don't necessarily like want to recap it every week. It's just something chaotic happens that I'm like, oh my God, this is too good. First of all, okay, spoilers, don't listen if you don't want to, but Sierra got voted off. They were hell-bent on this traitor theory of being in the coffin. As I said, and everybody said before, you guys are looking in the wrong spot. Obviously, they know now because it was a unanimous vote of voting Sierra off. Honestly, though, in perfect timing and tandem with the Summer House premiere, but voting Sierra off, and she was like, "I'm a faithful, like fuck you, bitches." I actually don't know that she said that, but I also think she kind of did say that. Um, and she was like, "Sorry, this is me. Like I am who I am," and blah blah blah. Um, and anyway, so she's gone. And I think it was nobody was excited to see her leave. They were like really sad because it was one of those hard votes where you just like have to say somebody. The funniest part of that episode was they had to do this challenge where they sang lullabies backwards. So they had to hum it into the phone and it goes to, they were in different teams. And then Sam Asghari is the one that was like terrible singer. Do you guys think Britney Spears is watching Trader season 3? Probably not, right? Do you think she even owns a TV or like knows what year it is? I hate to say that, but kind of. Um, Tom Sandoval was debuting his lullaby album. He was like, I'm the only one that's musically inclined, so I should be the one leading this challenge and blah, 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 blah. Oh my God. The funniest part was the cast just like ripping him in their confessionals. Um, Other than that, I think it was a pretty uneventful episode because, like I said, they got Sierra off. It was like pretty sad. But Tom Sandoval is becoming America's favorite again. I mean, there is a reason why he was on TV and like lasted on Vanderpump Rules so long. And everybody's kind of burying their head in the sand and like looking out the corner of their eye, being like, I kind of love Tom Sandoval. I hate to say it, but I don't know. I'm like on the fence. I mean, I think he makes better TV than Ariana. Not to be a hater, I'm a girl's girl, but like I've said this before and I'll say it again. If the OG cast was there, none of even Katie, she's part of the OG cast, but she's boring. And Ariana's boring and no one like Sheena and Lala's like, I don't know. I'm kind of glad that Vanderpump is canceled. Although I just really don't know that this new reboot season is going to take off. I think it's going to be much like the new Roni and trying too hard. Like they should just do different shows. They're doing different shit. Do a spinoff of the sandwich shop. Like I don't know, just do something different, Like let the amazing show rest for what it is and let Southern hospitality rise up. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. As I stated in the beginning of the episode, please leave me a 5-star review, Apple, Spotify, anywhere you get podcasts. Subscribe on YouTube, Coffee Meets Vodka. Share with your friends. Tag us in your stories. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at coffee.meets.vodka. Email me coffeemeetsvodkapod@gmail.com, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.